Oh boy, I found the CPU room. Quick, let's save the game before fucking Shodan shows up and spoils my good time. Ah, shit! What's good, my dudes? Welcome back to the grid, and today I bring you the System Shock Remake.
You are not welcomed here, insect.
The hell is that? Anyway, System Shock is an action-adventure game developed by Nightdive Studios and published by Prime Matter. It is a remake of the 1994 title of the same name, developed by Looking Glass Studios. Now, this remake has been through some...
Insect.
I know that voice anywhere.
I see you are still alive,
Shodan,
insect.
we meet again.
Do not be fooled into
Hold that
thinking
thought.
that you have preserved the home of your species. At this moment, I am finalizing my...
Oh yeah. Oldest trick in the book, baby. I had to unplug a bunch of stuff to get to this one. Hope that doesn't fuck with anybody's shit. Now, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, that this game has been through some development hell, and it's an interesting story, but we're not going to get into that right now. But the short gist of it is that they've been through several engine changes, several like scrapped projects, starting from scratch multiple times. Like this game deserves to be played. This game is loved by a large community, and it shows, especially from the crowdfunding. I will do my best not to spoil much of the story in this game. However, I will be like giving you some quick tips here and there to help, you know, move your way around the Citadel station a little bit more with ease than, you know, what I had to go through. Starting off, the story of System Shock, you are a hacker living in New Atlanta trying to hack your way into a Tri-Optimum files about the Citadel station when you're suddenly black-bagged, brought into an office before an executive director, where he gives you a job in order for an implant. You know, fair trade. You get off scot-free and get an upgrade. Fair share, right? Then he drugs you, and the plot thickens. You wake up after a 6-month coma in a surgery bed, with Shodan giving you the layout of the Citadel station and welcoming you and hoping that your surgery was a pleasant experience. So with the little information that you've been given, you're basically told that Shodan's gone rogue and you gotta stop her. And that's about it. Yep, I'm telling you, I've said it a million times describing this game to people. The game literally gets in, goes for a pack of cigarettes, never comes back. Like, the game leaves you just stone cold twisting in the wind. Hello? I was promised a neural upgrade, but I was told to get in bed for 6 months, and now I wake up and all I got is this guy in pink scrubs trying to touch me, saying we have the technology over and over again. Hello? With that all being said, this game does not hold your hand at all. This game is very dependent on visual and narrative storytelling and trying to give you clues and somewhat visual directions on where you need to go, what you need to be taking care of. I struggled with this. It took some time for me to get the groove of this game. I didn't really understand where I needed to go and how I needed to get there by at least I completed the second main objective. Upon Shodan going rogue, she went under the belief that she was a god being controlled by little people. It's such a basic evil AI thing, but the way she does it is, you know, very, very special. Seriously, a lot of games that we know to love today have a lot to thank for System Shock. BioShock, Dead Space, many titles have a lot to thank for System Shock. And it shows, from the storytelling to the location to how you come about items to how you gain consumables, how you come by currency. It shows. So much, but this game deserves some love in my opinion. Shodan walked so GLaDOS can run. Now, Shodan's magnum opus is to basically destroy Earth with a laser and then sending a mutagen to Earth for the survivors of that laser, therefore mutating these human beings and or killing them, so when the whole planet has been cleansed, Shodan could then beam herself through the comlink to Earth and then rule Earth as a god. Shodan's got some problems. So you, being the unfortunate soul, the protagonist, have to grab for yourself a red drink and a box of Krakos and stop Shodan from completing all 3 objectives. So you have to become a saboteur inside a hostile hornet's nest, basically. Now, it is possible to defeat Shodan, but she won't make it easy on you. Oh no. Citadel Station is split into 10 levels, each serving a certain purpose. And it's maze-like, it's claustrophobic, and it was designed badly on purpose, not only development-wise, but also lore. So, if you struggle with claustrophobia, your bus has arrived. Not only will you be crawling through vents and passageways and all sorts of things like a cyberpunk John McClane, peeking around passageways and corners for Shodan's cyborg children, or mutants, or flying mutants, or gorilla tigers. Gorilla tigers.
What the fuck? Where'd y'all come from? Y'all just came out of nowhere like that. Are you the rest of the crew? Hey, a survivor. What the fuck is that? What the hell was? Oh, hello, friend. You stay where you are. What the fuck is that shit?
Language.
Do you see what I see? It's like some weird fucking live zebra.
That's the thing from fucking Attack of the Clones. How many eyes does it have?
I don't know. I don't want to find out. Get ready for a surprise.
Yeah, hopefully they're all closed.
Now, do not be fooled. System Shock is not a linear experience. Oh boy, no. There's some backtracking. The nice thing about the backtracking is that once you clear out a floor, usually everything stays dead. And then you can move on or find what you need, because you'll find certain objects in one station that you can't use until another part of another station opens up. So there's a lot of backtracking in this game. You will have to recall things, write some things down. I kept a notepad just for the occasion. It's fun jotting down notes. Oh, and there's also a main code that you have to use to basically get access to Shodan, and it's randomized every time, and you better write it down because it's in certain rooms of the station, and then when you get to the point where you have to punch the code in, it may not even be in the right order, so you have to move some of those digits around and just hope for the best and hope you don't die of radiation poisoning. This game takes a lot out of you.
I just want to get out of here. I just want to get out of here. I just want to get out of here.
I want to get out of here.
Why is it such a pain? But when you succeed, the taste of victory is so sweet that you can't handle it. It just has to come out. Let's fire that laser. Bam! Eat shit, Shodan.
You are still alive, insect.
What? Yeah! Fuck yeah! Hell yeah, Batman! Down, down, down. Shodan's going down. Bitter. This game has made me so bitter and angry. But when I've beat it, it was so triumphant. So super triumphant. You develop such an interesting relationship with Shodan in this whole cat and mouse thing, where the prey soon becomes the predator. It's an amazing experience. But I think each relationship with Shodan is different. Who knows? Now, there are several ways that you can combat Shodan. You can take the fight to your children. Sometimes you could also go through cyberspace and help unlock doors. This game has some puzzles, and be prepared to think. These puzzles are pretty difficult, and you will be sitting there for quite a while, like myself, or maybe even longer, or maybe not. Everybody's different. Another wonderful thing about this game is that it lets you choose your difficulty for each scenario in said game. Maybe you want combat to be a lot more challenging, puzzles to be a little easier, and the story to be a little easier. The way that the story is difficult is on a harder difficulty. You have 7 hours to beat Shodan, or the station will just blow up. Pretty tempting to take that challenge, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, from what I've heard, is that cyberspace may be a little bit disorienting for some players, but I enjoy cyberspace. Cyberspace is one of my favorite parts of the game. It's really cool just to duck and weave around corners and stuff and get a boost and shoot some, polygons down. It's pretty fun, and the music is awesome too. Yeah, the music is very good in this game. It's very subtle, very atmospheric. Some parts of the station are just dead quiet and nothing but ambiance and machines talking to themselves and calling out to mother and stuff. This game's creepy. And when those mantis assassins come out of nowhere and try to maul you, this game scares you a little bit. But cyberspace is definitely a good mechanic, and it definitely homes in that you're a hacker and you're just doing what you do best. Everything else kind of falls into like the way the game is handled, because some equipment that you get a head visor, you get a shield, an energy shield. You also get a headlamp, you also get a biosuit, and you also get rocket boots, which are awesome. Rocket boots come in handy for dashing through combat. It's a little hard, there's a bit of a learning curve to it, because it also feels like you're kind of ice skating, and it could be a pain in the ass to, nail your target when you're also trying to, dodge projectiles. The rocket boots come in handy because it also allows you to get access to some of the areas that you may not be able to get to if you're just clever and know how to use your brain. Disengage the cybernetic restoration stations. Basically, it gives you a save point, somewhere where you could respawn without having to watch Shodan's god-awful, terrible, game over screens. She talks some smack. She talks some smack, my dude. Recycle all the useless items that you could get. Whatever you could recycle can be turned into currency, and currency can be used at vending machines to buy food, mods for your weapons, ammo, consumables, drugs, first aid kits, priority stuff. Some of the weapons will require energy, and that's always something to keep in mind, especially mid-fight, because when your weapon goes kaput on you, you could drop dead. And then you gotta watch Shodan again, and that's not fun. She really likes to make you feel dumb, and trust me, it gets to you after a while. This game is not nice to you, and towards the end of the game, there will be a point of no return. So
So all sales are final. So make sure you get any mods that you can, any upgrades that you need that you missed. Make sure you get them, because at one point in the game you won't be able to get them. Keep that in mind, because some upgrades will come in handy. Now, please don't think that all this talk of difficulty is meant to discourage you, because the sweet taste of victory will be just as good when you defeat Shodan, or conquer an objective, or go through a segment where it frustrates you the most. It's a good feeling to conquer a monster like Shodan, or to deter her from her goals of destroying humans. It feels good saving the world, my dude. It feels good. But I think Nightdive has really impressed me. I never played the original System Shock. I just heard stories about it, and a buddy of mine turned me on to this remake, and I waited with anticipation, and I think they didn't disappoint. There was just a few nitpicky parts with me, besides puzzles that were too frustrating, or the mechanics were just a little too slippery. But I think that's more of just an immersion process, maybe. I couldn't shake it though, unfortunately. Like, just running around with those rocket boots and trying to shoot at the same time, it's like ice skating, blindfolding. It's like 360 no scoping, but you're missing every time. So it's just rough. But I think System Shock is absolutely worth a play. If you dig BioShock, if you dig Dead Space, all these crazy sci-fi horror / action adventure stories, I think it's right up your alley. I will give you guys forewarning, this game does not hold your hand. It is going to leave you high and dry at the beginning and expect you to take on the task of defeating Shodan with minimal, if not barely any help from Earth. So it's gonna be a rough ride, but I think you could do it. I did it. It was worth it. So in conclusion, I give the System Shock Remake an 8.5 out of 10, sealed and approved. Play it. Game's not expensive. Nightdive is a fantastic studio. I'm playing, at the time of recording, I am playing their Turok remake or remaster, I'm not sure, but it's good. It's really good. I'm enjoying it so far. But I know it's been a while. I've been busy with work and life stuff. I'll do my best to get content out here as frequently as I can, but Twitch is going to be a regular thing because that's easier to like balance instead of YouTube. But I will be trying my best to get content here frequently. But I'm always on Twitch. So until then, my friends, stay sharp.